Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Good morning, good morning. Glad to see all of you this morning, July 6th. It is Thursday. That means it is Therapeutic Thursday here on TikTok and now newly on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are bringing Therapeutic Thursday to multiple platforms. We've been on TikTok for a while now. My name is Rebecca Johns. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I'm a certified holistic health practitioner, purpose coach, and ordained minister of the gospel. And simply put, I help people stop suffering. I help people come back and create a life of purpose and passion, regardless of trauma, abuse, neglect, substances. I call this the great I am life. And I believe that as descendants of the Creator, we have the sovereignty, the authority on a spirit level given to us in our human level to be able to heal and deal powerfully in life. So whatever platform you might be tuning in from right now, welcome. We're doing something new where I'm streaming to multiple platforms. If I'm yelling, I apologize. I have like swimmer's ear in my left ear and I can't hear very well, including myself. So that's really great. So I might be a little extra loud today. And if you're wondering why, now you know. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you're over on TikTok, it's good to see you. Please tap that screen. Let's get this video up to 50,000 likes today. That certainly ensures that we're bringing people to our platform. We're showing up on their feeds. And if you are on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, by all means, please comment, share, like this, and invite other people to participate. I see you over there, Chisler, on Facebook. Good to see you, little sister. Good to see you. So I'd like to give you the opportunity this morning to ask questions. If you've got something that you've been wondering about regarding holistic health, regarding nutrition, regarding supplements, by all means, I would love to hear your ideas. I've actually got Highlands, for those of you that are wondering what I might be using for my ear. This is what I'm using. It's a homeopathic. The brand is Highlands, and it's earache drops. There you go. Highlands is the brand. Good for swimmer's ear, cold, flu, and allergies. So, do you have questions today? Are there things that you would like to address in your health? And when I say your health, y'all, I don't just mean your physical self. When I say your health, I mean the whole you. That's why it's holistic healthcare. It is your mentality, your emotionality, your physicality, and your spirituality. Can a bulging disc be put back in place through physical therapy? Chiropractic care and physical therapy can absolutely support the healing of a bulging disc. I know. I have bulging discs. I suffered from bulging discs in the 90s from an injury lifting up a box. My L4 and 5. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind. If you're dealing with bulging discs, you're already dealing with inflammation. So you want to keep in mind the things that'll aggravate inflammation, like sugar and caffeine and processed foods. But yes, chiropractic care and physical therapy, both great options for anything dealing with your spine. And listen, chiropractic care, I think, has gotten gypped in this country because it works outside of the pharmaceutical world. Chiropractors are medical doctors. Okay? They just don't have the part of the training that says prescribe this pill or this burning technique, right? Chemoradiation, burning, or cut it. Doctors of chiropractic are versed, and y'all aren't even telling me that I'm smudged. Doctors of chiropractic are versed. I've seen people turn around heart valve conditions because they worked with a chiropractor consistently. Because your brain, central nervous system, and spine were right, smoky eye, were the original parts of us to form. I'm talking about in conception, right? In conception, the brain, central nervous system, and spine are the first parts to form. That's what the father gives. That's what the sperm offers to the egg. That first engagement gives us that fundamental system. So, number one, I can't say enough about how important it is to take care of that fundamental system. So, for that reason alone, I recommend chiropractic care. But the other thing you need to know is that every function in your body comes from the brain and central nervous system working with the spine and running through actually the vertebrae, where then commands are given. Little commands are given. So those commands go from the nerves to every organ, every cell, every inch of the body. All right. So when you have vertebrae that are out of place and pinching down on nerves, that's the pain, by the way, it's called subluxation. Well, that's not just hurting your back, that's impeding the communication that that vertebrae and nerve partnership have to any of the correlated organs. So a chiropractor is going to give the body back its oxygen and blood flow and nerve conversation so that it can do what it needs to do to heal itself. Our bodies are wired to heal, right? If you cut your finger, it heals in a few days. If it doesn't and it gets infected, we have to intervene, right? So, same thing with medicine and healing on all fronts. The body is designed, wired, and capable of its own healing. It is only when we have an impairment or it's been impeded, that natural process, that we have to intervene, which is why medicine exists. A great way to keep your natural system functioning, operating at higher levels is to see a chiropractor. All right, who are my mods on today over here on TikTok? Good morning, by the way. Good day to all of you. Good to see you. Hey, Elisa over there on YouTube. Good to see you there. Jackie, what do you think about? Are you in the space to go live? I want to get Jackie in this conversation because it's also a great precursor conversation to a program that she's going to be offering starting August 15th called Detox Your Life. Give me 3 minutes. Girl, I'll give you 4. So she's going to be teaching a class. If you go to livinggodspromises.com, you're going to see all of our classes, starting with the one tonight. It's a language class, learning the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. It is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then, of course, at 8 p.m., we've got continued sessions of Sex and the Spirit, but you can't register for that one. We've got Spiritual Gifts Workshop tomorrow. Thanks, Chisler. I appreciate you holding it down over there, JC. Tomorrow we've got the Spiritual Gifts Workshop from 6 to 9. I'm gonna have to make up a big old calendar to keep up with everything, Christina says. I think we have like 8 programs going right now. Peace Prayers is dropping them over down in the chat for TikTok, but let me just tell all the rest of you that we've got here. Let me see if I can keep up with Maggie over here. We have Learn the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic starting tonight. That's Thursdays at 7 p.m. This is all in ETs, by the way. All of these times are ET. I'm a Michigan gal. And then Hearing from God, if that's the Spiritual Gifts Workshop, is July 7th at 6 p.m. And I say this often, but some of you might not know. If you're struggling financially and you want to be part of the programs that I offer, would you please reach out? Because oftentimes we have funding that is made possible to us by people out there in the community who are saying, I want to register and I want to donate for someone else to register. Or I want to donate $100 to your ministry. Please put it towards classes and programs. Put it towards learning. Put it towards someone else benefiting and being educated. So if you're one of those people and it would benefit you, by all means, please reach out so that you can participate and be part of the learning, and do it for free or at least discounted. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. All right, so Let There Be Light is a book study that is happening Sunday. Sunday, July 30th. One of my favorite classes in the world is a class called Deconstructing Christianity. Some of you have taken it with me before. It'll be coming up again in August. I've only taught it twice before. I absolutely love that program. If you're someone who is kind of out to figure out the reality of Christianity, how it came to be, what the construct of Jesus's teachings really were, what we've done with it, how that really applies to you, if it applies to you, what you want to make of it, your life with religion, spirituality. All right, detox your life, 7 p.m. Love Deconstructing Christianity. Fantastic program. Detox Your Life with Jackie is happening Tuesdays starting August 15th. That's down in there. If you're someone who's curious about what to be pulling out of your kitchen, your medicine cabinet, your personal hygiene, personal care products, this is the way to go. This class is going to give you 4 weeks for $44. And you're going to be able to learn the first week about nutrition and things to be looking out for in foods. What are the chemicals that you want to have your eye out for? And what are the things that you can be putting in the place of them? The second week is personal hygiene products, because y'all know that our health gets completely compromised. I'm a great example of this. I'm going to be detoxing for the next 10 years. I'm like the poster child for toxins. I'm full of microplastics, lead. I'm still recovering from Flint water. Like when you get toxins in your system, there's a serious number that is done to you. And so if you're someone who can mitigate that damage now, and you can remedy or prevent needing remedies later, okay, Jack, I'm ready. Hey, Cheryl, good to see you. Oh, yeah, you'll love Deconstructing Christianity. Cheryl is traveling the world right now, but soon she'll be back in the country and she'll be able to participate with us. Although we've got people from all over the world participating, so you can be anywhere and do these classes. As long as you can access Zoom, you're good. And soon we won't even need Zoom. Soon it'll be when in a different web-based platform, and you won't need the software. Avery Doll, what is your question? Tell us more about which one, honey. Hey, Jackie Moore, welcome to the program.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. So Mrs. Thumb says, I have Lyme disease and my girls also got diagnosed. We've started eliminating chemicals in certain foods. Awesome, Mrs. Thumb. If you're interested in, I can certainly support you with a protocol for Lyme disease using a superfood supplement line that I work directly with that has been incredibly helpful. So no pressure, of course, but feel free to book a consultation with me to learn more. The question about Deconstructing Christianity, yes. So Deconstructing Christianity is a 4-week class. It's 1 hour each week. And what is it, 8 o'clock? Deconstructing Christianity? Yes, 8 o'clock, starting August 10th. In over 4 weeks, we cover 4 critical tenets, if you will. 1, what was the political, religious dynamic and culture during in the Near East before Jesus was born? What was happening right before? What was the lead up, right? Session 2 is all about his story, his teachings, his message, and the relevance of that to all people beyond any border of gender, ethnicity, religion, economics. What was the true message? The third session is what the charge was to the disciples, and then how those disciples carried things out and carried things out differently. So you can start to see right away the variances that occurred and why. And then lastly, the dogma of the religion today, what it's become, how it got to be that, what its current flavors and varieties are, how they really do differ from the authentic teachings of Ishwa Nasraya, Joshua of Nazareth, and most importantly, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do once you have the true teachings in your hand and you realize it's not about religion and it's about spirit and it's not about having control, it's about power, being empowered, and it's not about fear mongering, but rather it's about love, then what are we going to do about it? So those 4 sessions start August 10th, and it is $44 for the entire series. You can register with the link in my bio in any of these platforms. Y'all on these other platforms are like, why is she pointing up to the sky? On TikTok, I'm actually pointing to something. Over here, it's just nothing. It's just airspace. There's nothing. You're like, why? Why is she pointing up? So Living God's Promises is the website that you can go to register for that class.
You're pointing for God's divine.
I am saying, help us. Help us deconstruct this Christianity that we've made. That's what I'm saying. Help us.
Sorry, I had to go there.
It's legit, Jackie. It's legit.
Well, and we kind of joked about how Tuesdays, because you're starting your Deconstructing Christianity the same time that I'm starting Detox Your Life. So,
I mean, there's something there. There's something thematic. You can detox your life at 7 p.m. on the 15th and then come deconstruct your Christianity at 8 p.m. If you'd like to do both of those, you're welcome to do that.
We're getting toxins out of your life and out of your religion.
And out of your spiritual walk, for sure. So y'all, Jackie Marie is on with me today over on TikTok. If you can, those of you that are on that platform with me, go follow her, like her page. She is a holistic mom coach with the Godly Woman. She's rolling out her first class, the Detox Your Life class, that's happening in August for 4 weeks. And she is jumping in to the 90-day transfiguration as my apprentice. Super excited to indoctrinate her into all things the Godly Woman so that she can carry that torch as well. Anything you want to say, Jackie, about leading your first program?
I will say this has been something that we've been debating on and working on for a while, and we're just now pulling the trigger. It's a great time for all of us, I think, because not just that, but getting ready to go back to school. Like, a lot of parents don't realize how much the stuff that is in their kids' lives and their lives creates stress on your body, which creates stress emotionally. And I hate to say it, but as a busy mom of 6, if I'm stressed out, I tend to lash out more. And so helping other moms find those connections and make it an easier transition is something I look forward to doing.
That's so true. And that's, it rolls downhill. If we're doing fast, easy, cheap, let's admit it, toxic stuff, and we're stressed, then we're adding to the chemical toxins in our system. And let me tell you, chemistry is real. So if you add some toxins to your chemistry, you will behave toxically. I remember sitting in a doctor's office one time, and moms are good for carrying everything in their purse. And there was a mom and her little guy in the waiting room of a doctor's office. Cheers, by the way, water. It's your friend. Drink lots of it. And this mom, doing what us moms do very often, she reaches into her purse and pulls out a snack. And what she pulled out was a Lunchable. So we've got processed crackers, processed meat, processed cheese, processed treat, processed juice, lots of preservatives so that stuff can stay fresh in packages and stores for an extraordinary long period of time, lots of fillers. And this little boy sat and quietly ate. He was a well-behaved kid. Quietly sat and had his snack. And as he ate, I watched him change. I watched the change happen. I saw the chemicals hit his system. And by the time he was done with that snack, he couldn't sit still. And now mom's mad. Mom was ticked. Mom's jerking his shirt and pinching his arm and trying to, how we do as moms, that thing where we're trying to not act like we're seething while we're seething. She was doing that, right? And I thought, you just intoxicated him. You might not know that you did that, but you just intoxicated your kid and induced him into this intoxicated behavior. And now you're smacking his hand and his butt and yanking him into a chair and being mad at him. But you don't know, Mom, that you just did that. And then you're going to do it again tomorrow and again the next day and again Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 2023, 2024. And then at some point, you're going to take that kid to a doctor who's going to put him on ADHD medication and ADD medication. Back in the day, it was Ritalin. Give your kid Ritalin. Now they're giving kids Adderall. And we adults think we're the same. Oh, me too. I need it too. I need it too. Well, listen, what you need too is to get the processed stuff out. The processed stuff is what's killing us. The processed stuff is what is so filled with the fillers and the chemicals to preserve what's a cheap quality product anyway, and it's not to preserve our health. So,
Well,
yeah,
it's
please.
not just the chemicals, it's the sugar that is in all that stuff too. Sugar truly is a drug, and people don't realize it because it sits on the grocery shelf and people don't think of it as a drug, but it really is. It's an addictive substance. If you try and get off of it, you're going to go through detox and all this other stuff.
Did you know that if sugar was submitted to the USDA today, it would not be qualified to be on our shelves as a food? It's only on our shelves today as a food because when the USDA was formed, sugar had all, as it stands, as it is currently marketed and sold, was already on the market. And so it was grandfathered in by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA and the USDA, but it does not qualify. It does not meet the standard.
So Gloria said, hello, so what do we eat? Well, that's a great question. And that's one of the things that we're going to go over in the first class of my 4-week sessions is things that you can eat, things to avoid. Honestly, the best rule of thumb, if you're looking at the ingredients label, if you can't pronounce it, it shouldn't be going in your body. Another thing is that to eat as whole food as humanly possible. If it's 1 or 2 ingredients, it's better for you than 50 million on the label.
Yes. And one of the things that you can do if you're, wondering how to shop and what groceries to be getting, I encourage people to be eating for their blood type as just a preliminary baseline way to govern how you shop. Because people literally will walk into grocery stores and say, Rebecca, I literally don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin to start eating healthy. So first of all, stick on the outside aisles, shop the perimeter, get your whole foods. You know what? That's a great movie, Christina. I recommend everyone watch that. It's called What the Health. It is on Netflix. There's also a really great one out there called What's with Wheat. I had the privilege of interviewing the producer, director, writer of that film. Her name is Cindy O'Mara, but she's got top experts in that film as well, explaining why things are bad. Because listen, I hear from people that are like, Rebecca, come on. People have been eating bread since Jesus lost his sandals. All of a sudden, it's gluten this and gluten that. Yeah, but listen, friend, Jesus and them weren't eating glyphosate. They weren't eating the compromised version of the foods. Yes, we're eating food. Our ancients ate foods. What's the difference? The difference is the quality. 100 years ago, your grandparents and my grandparents didn't have to shop the organic aisle because everything was organic. Because they hadn't come up with the brainchild yet of taking biological warfare chemicals and bringing it back to America to use it in our big ag. They hadn't invented that yet. You and I get that. That's our generation. That's what we get. But, Agent Orange and DDT, all that stuff that was being used literally for warfare, when they had extras, they brought it back home. And it's used in our agriculture, which means it's in our food, it's in our soil, it's in our water table, it's in our airspace. When it rains, the rain rains down glyphosate right back down onto us. 20 plus years. Listen, don't take my word for this. Go learn. Institute for Responsible Technology. Go listen to what Jeffrey Smith has to say. He is the expert scientific witness that was called to testify in the very first Monsanto trial where they lost. their first loss in 2018 happened because of the testimony, in part because of the testimony of this gentleman, Jeffrey Smith, who is the founder of the Institute for Responsible Technology, which does not deny that technology can be great for humanity, that does not deny that creating systems for production are not a good thing. That can be a great thing. But it also says do it responsibly, do it in a way without destroying our human bodies. 20 plus years, we've got clinical studies that show that umbilical cords and breast milks of moms have had glyphosate in them. We literally are it. Who said it's in us? Tree Talker. It's in us. And that is not information that we're just readily given. His name is Jeffrey Smith, and his organization is the Institute for Responsible Technology. As a matter of fact, if you connect with me or Jackie, we can get you connected to the product that he recommends using to strip your body of glyphosate so that your body can have the glyphosate. I can't hear in this ear because of my swimmer's ear, so all I'm hearing is from this side. And I heard the trash man outside, but it wasn't clear what it was. So I'm like, is there a truck about to drive through the front of my house? Okay, no. The answer is that's not going to happen. So, Gloria Moyer, connect with me, connect with Jackie. I will make sure that it goes into a link in my bio today so that you can get the glyphosate solution in your hands. This has been a game changer for my family. Some of you know the story of my son, Aiden. He'll be 12 in a month. God bless him. He was born 12 years ago, the product of an ABO incompatibility pregnancy. He took his father's blood type, not my own. It was a contraindication with one another. We were both very, very sick and almost died during our pregnancy. And when I delivered him 12 years ago, my endocrine system was destroyed. Destroyed. I could hardly walk. I was 430 pounds. I had high blood pressure, high blood sugar, severe insulin resistance, IBS, skin disorders, anxiety and depression. I was really in a bad place. And my son, who nearly died, spent a week in ICU. And they told us, do not expect much with his brain damage. Do not expect much from him. Do not expect him to be able to do all the talking and the playing and the reading and the writing, and don't count on that. Well, when I went back to school as a certified holistic health practitioner, when I went back to school, what I was learning was cellular reconstruction through nutrition, so that I could learn how to use food and how to use supplements to improve the health of myself and my family. And this product is one of the things that I used early on. Talk about a game-changing lifesaver from God. That product was released the same year in 2018, which was the year that I completed some of my training and really was like, oh, I know what I need. I just can't get my hands on it. I knew what I needed, but I was in Flint, Michigan at the time. I was looking around on the internet. I wasn't finding what I was needing. And then a friend reached out to me and introduced me to something. Little did I know it was exactly what I need. So in 2018, when the product was released, we started using it. And not only did I see a boost in our physical health, but with my son, who was nonverbal until he was 4, and then started putting his words together. So by the time, we were introducing this product, he was a talker, but he still had emotional crises. He registered really high like an autistic child. And it was using this particular herb And I mean, he wouldn't do capsules, so I would open up the capsule and I would sprinkle it on his food. You don't cook it into food, you just put it as a finisher. Tastes like Italian seasonings. But I started sprinkling it onto his food. And what I found was not only was it improving our physical health in the family, digestion, hormones, skin stuff like eczema, but I saw that his moods were stabilizing. I saw that my son was changing in his behavior. And so, this removal of glyphosate, getting glyphosate, detoxing your system, detoxing your body, detoxing your life, as Jackie is teaching in August, um, is crucial to our systems running well. And, honestly, I think once you start taking care of yourself and giving this conversation some airplay in your personal health, you start to really understand and care about the health of our planet. Right now, if you try to get fish, all fish that's getting pulled out of oceans right now is got radiation present. So, what's our question,
I noticed
Jackie?
that Tree Talker said that she has 2 autoimmune diseases in remission, and she attributes that to lifestyle and diet change.
Oh, totally.
With her,
Totally.
and also the lady who is dealing with Lyme disease. And a lot of people don't realize the gut connection to your immune system and to everything else.
Yeah, so the gut is really driving what's called the microbiome. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. The gut is the centerpiece, if you will, to controlling something that's called the microbiome. Holy moly. Hold on, I gotta put this on no notifications. Sorry, my phone is blowing up right now. Like all of a sudden, everybody and their brother needs to talk to me right now. I never have to do that. Unfortunately, I do that. Sorry. So I was going to talk about what? Oh, the microbiome. So when we talk about the gut being responsible for so much, it's because it is the hub of your microbiome. And the microbiome are the microorganisms in the environment of the body. And there are particular points like digestion, like immunity, like hormones, like brain function. There are certain places where there are microbiome centers, if you will, hubs, and your gut is the major hub for that system. And when your microbiome is disturbed, it is going to affect not just your immunity, not just your digestion, but everything. But everything. And because most of us are not consuming well the foods that are going to nourish us, then we are really desperate for minerals and really desperate for detoxification, because it's the microbiome that is going to support your immune system, your heart, your brain health, all the organs functioning. It's going to contribute to weight loss or weight gain, and it's tied to a bunch of other diseases. I'm going to post let me see. I'm going to post an article in our Activating Your Great I Am group. Those of you that are in Activating Your Great I Am, I'm going to post an article on the microbiome and why the gut is such a crucial center for that.
Well, and the gut has to do with your microbiome, but people don't also realize that your skin also has to do with your microbiome
The
and
skin,
what you put on it.
The skin is definitely, well, the skin is the largest organ too. So anything you put on your skin in under 30 seconds is going into your bloodstream, and it's now from the largest organ to every organ because it's in the blood. All right, I'm putting in our Facebook group right now an article. If you go to Activating Your Great I Am on Facebook, request to join our group, and you're going to see an article that I'm putting there right now that I think that y'all will really appreciate. It'll be there. Congratulations, Gloria. That is really fantastic. We have a group that is called the 100 Pounders Club, but to be honest with you, it's becoming the Pounders Club, like anybody that has pounds to lose. So if there's anybody out there that is interested in losing weight and being in a support group, the support group is free. We meet on Wednesdays. All right. All right. The article is up. Super important article.
Well, and with so it looks like Tree Talker and Gloriana both have arthritis stuff, so that all has to do with inflammation. And of course, what you put in your body affects whether or not you have inflammation or not, and also making sure you have enough water intake to flush out what toxins you do have in your system.
Yeah, and mineralization. A lot of times, so minerals, my friends, are the baseline. They're the basis on which all biochemistry is happening. So if you're someone who is not getting proper minerals in, things like indigestion, hormone imbalance, immune issues, arthritis, skin stuff, brain fog, that's going to be a severe issue. And we've got a full spectrum mineral called ionic elements. I'm happy to make sure that that link is in our Facebook group as well. As a matter of fact, Jackie, I am going to go into the Facebook group right now and say, for those of you interested in the products we mentioned in today's live, please visit the links below. And then if you would go in and put your link in the comments.
Absolutely, I will as soon as we get off here.
We mentioned Biomedic for glyphosate removal in microbiome health. You would reply to that comment with that one. We mentioned ionic elements for full spectrum minerals to aid in all biological chemistry functions. There. Jackie will throw the link down under each of those. Tree Talker, yes, it is activating your great I am. If you just go to the link here in my bio and click the F for Facebook, or if you go to livinggodspromises.com and you'll find the link there for Facebook, it'll take you right to our Facebook page. I am on that page right now, so if you go in and request to join, I got you, Todd. Todd's jumping in. Good to see you. Welcome, Todd. Welcome to Activating Your Great I Am. And Jana, is it Todd and Jana? Welcome, welcome. And then the other thing that I think would probably be a really good idea, Jack, is if we also if you put some of the family protein shakes on there.
Okay.
Because, some of like the Epigenius is a great chocolate shake that has not only the biomedical already in it, but it has heart aid in it. It's got apothecary in it. It's got a ton of the other stuff right in the shake for kids.
Well, and my youngest ones, that's what they drink instead of chocolate milk. And so they usually start off their day with that, and they have their chocolate milk. Or if they want a smoothie, we'll usually make it with that and banana and a few other things. So.
Mm-hmm. That's how we do banana splits around here, is we take one of the chocolate protein shakes and throw banana and strawberry and some PB2 powder and almond milk. Welcome, Deborah. I am adding you as right now, my sister. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're with us, Deb.
And it's simple swaps like that to give them a healthier start to their day than the over-processed cereal that a lot of parents like to grab, or the Pop-Tarts and things like that. You can have a healthy breakfast and make them in advance and throw them in the freezer and heat them up when you need to avoid that over-processed stuff.
Absolutely. And sometimes it is those little things is the best way to go, is find one thing, make a swap, then find another thing and make a swap. Sometimes trying to make big, drastic, broad stroke changes, it can be too much. So don't feel bad if what you're choosing to do is something simpler and a slower pace. Getting one thing swapped out can make a world of difference, especially if it's something that's in your life all the time. I remember when we were really not doing well financially, but we were wanting to eat healthier, we made an agreement that we were going to start with eggs and dairy. Eggs and dairy were going to be organic. Just eggs and dairy. I don't know why we started with eggs and dairy. We could have done apples. I don't know why we did eggs and dairy, but we were a household that went through a lot of eggs and dairy. And I remember it was eggs and dairy that when the kids were eating, I would feel the worst. I'd like look at them eating and being like, I suck as a mother. So I decided just one day that this was.
I'm not laughing at you, but I get it. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things that if it's something that you're actually going to eat, number one, yes, swap that out. Don't start with something that your kids aren't necessarily going to grab and eat.
Yeah, this might not be the time to get some organic chia seeds if none of you have ever eaten chia seeds before. You might want to start with...
If you are a gassy family, you might want to start with chia seeds.
Touche. Put it in your cherry Coke if you need to. Start somewhere, for the love of humanity. All right, that is true. Let me just go ahead and highlight what Jackie's saying. Chia seeds in your diet are odor eliminators for your bowel movements.
So parents with stinky kid poops.
Or parents with their own stinky poops. Let's just say it. Let's just say it. Some of y'all be breaking off some stench. Okay? Some of y'all be breaking off some stench. So what you're needing that you don't know you're needing are chia seeds. Yeah, the chia seeds. But to our point, the best thing you can do for your family is find the thing that you are eating and drinking regularly. Are you an orange juice family? Are you an apple juice family? Are you a potato chip family? Are you an eggs and cheese family? What's that thing? Make your change there. Try to make your change where it's really going to make an impact so that you can feel the difference. One of the things that my family did to get away from soda pops was we bought a soda stream machine. And so we get different juices in like organic juices that are really like concentrated, and put them in our bubbly water, or Apothecary from the same brand. I'll make a note there so you can put a link to Apothecary. Apothecary is a fantastic way. Those of you that are dealing with arthritis, we mentioned Apothecary for inflammation, arthritis, gout. Oh man, if you got anybody dealing with gout, you really want to know about Apothecary. We mentioned Apothecary for inflammation, arthritis, gout, and better sleep. It has naturally occurring melatonin, and it stops the overproduction of cortisol.
Don't say that so loud. My kids will hear you and not want to drink it at night anymore.
Oh.
Yes, as a mom, okay, if you want your kids to sleep and you want a tasty drink, give them Apothecary because it will help them sleep. My younger ones have not figured this out yet, and they're busy in the other room, distracted, thankfully. But yes, Apothecary is amazing for a busy mom, trust me.
Christy, welcome to the group. She said, my partner follows you. Well, all right now, you and your partner. Welcome. Yeah, listen, and we're going to have to do, Jack, in our monthly Love Your Earth suit. I'm going to have to work with you to get some recipes up, because I'm going to tell you something. You get some of the chocolate shake from this brand and throw some almond milk in it and some vegan chocolate chips, and you can throw it in the oven and bake it. 12 minutes, 350 degrees. Like, there's some really great recipes that you can make with this stuff. Apothecary replaced my soda pop. It was a great way for me to get some bubbly water and squeeze some lemon or oranges and put the Apothecary in there. And then suddenly I wasn't needing, because I realized it wasn't the pop, it was the bubbly. It wasn't the syrup, it was the bubbly. So that was one of the ways that I was able to make that switch out for me. All right, so my darlings, come on over to Activating Your Great I Am. Click the link on Living God's Promises. You're going to see all of our programs there. You're going to see the links to the products. Jackie is going to busily add the links to each of the products that we mentioned in the links in the our Facebook group. So follow back there for the products. Of course, send a direct message to either one of us if you have questions. And if you need to set up an appointment, click the link in my bio and we will be happy to serve you. You can schedule a connect call or a 30 or 60-minute holistic health or purpose coaching session. I will be back tonight live here on all of these platforms. So please share and join me then. It is Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and we will be on with a prophetic word. Have a great Thursday, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, Jackie. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Peace.